Welcome to another edition of In the Spotlight with the Minnesota Magicians. I'm Jimmy Hillenall, play-by-play voice of the Magic. The Magicians in action on Thursday at home against the Fairbanks Ice Dogs. The Magicians playing against the first-place team in the Midwest Division, and the Magicians coming out pretty strong. A goal from Lukey Laub, his 13th goal of the season. Nathan Krusko gets the lone assist on Laub's 13th of the season. Fairbanks answers back with a Jake Hetz goal. Todd Burgess collecting the lone assist. It went to the second period in a 1-1 score. Kane Dermott giving the Magic a 2-1 lead, his 9th goal of the season. Brady Hepner and defenseman Sam Becker getting assists on the Dermott goal. The Magic up 2-1 going into the third period. Brady Jones scoring a goal here. Kane Dermott and Taylor Brierly also getting assists as Jones gets his first goal of the weekend. The Magicians rounded out with a goal from Chris McKenzie, making it a 4-1 finish as Chris McKenzie had an unassisted goal. You can see Chris getting the puck all alone in front of the net and jamming away and finding Twine as McKenzie gets his second goal of the season. And the Magicians best the Fairbanks Ice Dogs 4-1 on Thursday. On Friday night down in Austin, Minnesota at Riverside Arena, no scoring in the first period. In the second period, it's Brady Jones scoring against his former club. Second goal of the weekend for Brady Jones. Jack Christensen coming up with a big assist. Kane Dermott also collected an assist on the Jones goal. Austin answers back and ties the contest at 1 with an Alex Pedersen goal. Travis Cotton-Battel and Trevor Boyd getting assists. In the third period, it was Peterson again, giving the Bruins a 2-1 lead. Sam Richter and Travis Cotton-Battel getting the assist as the Bruins beat the Magicians 2-1 at Riverside Arena on Friday night. On Saturday night, the Magicians back at Richfield Ice Arena to take on the Fairbanks Ice Dogs again. Fairbanks getting a 1-0 lead on an Adam Anderson goal. Adam Clevin getting an assist. Then the Ice Dogs score on the power play. Chandler Madry gets a power play goal. John Tietz and Todd Burgess getting assists. Fairbanks making it 3-0 in the second period with a Hans Gorowski goal. That was unassisted. The Magicians answer back, making it 3-1 with a Curtis Simonson goal. Dennis Chevron gets the lone assist as Curtis Simonson scores his first goal as a member of the Minnesota Magicians. In the third period, it's a lone goal for Fairbanks. Reiner Gorowski gets the goal. It was unassisted as the Ice Dogs beat the Magicians at Richfield Ice Arena 4-1 on Saturday night. Welcome back to In the Spotlight with the Minnesota Magicians. Jimmy Hillenall alongside rookie forward Jack Christensen. Jack, a real big win against the Fairbanks Ice Dogs this past weekend.
Yeah, it was a good win. It was good to get out there, especially after, we'd been on a bit of a losing streak, but we got one win against the Wilderness, and to come out and beat a team like Fairbanks 4-1, I think it really helped energize the guys and get us excited for the rest of the games to come.
Another matchup against the Austin Bruins here on Saturday night, a home game. Fans are going to bring teddy bears. They'll get a chance to throw them out there for the first goal. And then the players, you guys are going to deliver those to the Children's Hospital, place you've already been to be on the Star Studio there. That's an opportunity for you guys to give back.
Yeah, no, I think it'll be a lot of fun. And like you said, I've been there, and it's a really great place they've got there. And we got to go on TV with the dude. And he's a really good guy, and I think what he does is really awesome, so it'll be good to give back to those kids and, like you said, help the community.
Some other news coming out last week. Dennis Chevron from Germany, he's going to compete in the World Junior Classic. He leaves Wednesday. And then a former Magician who was just called up to the USHL, Mark Mikolas, also on that club. Some big news. That's a pretty cool deal, and we'll get an opportunity to see Dennis Chevron play on TV. Yeah,
no, that's really awesome for him, and I'm really excited for him, both of them actually. And it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and it's just awesome that they get to experience that and play at such a high level in front of a lot of fans, because it's going to be in Toronto, I believe, so I'm sure they'll be getting quite a turnout for every game and great level of hockey, and it should be awesome for them. I'm excited to hear about it when they come back.
You're one of the only guys from the East Coast that plays for the Magicians. A lot of Minnesotans, some guys from the other side of the country. You've made it all the way here to to Minneapolis. What was it like that day you were drafted by the Magicians over the summer?
Yeah, well, I was skating, but I'd talked to Coach Duppen before, and I knew the draft was that day, and I was a little nervous. see if I got picked up, where I got picked up. And I was fortunate enough that he drafted me, and I got off the ice, immediately checked my phone, checking out the draft. I downloaded a little app so I could stay up to date with it. And I was fortunate enough to get drafted by him, and he gave me a call right after, and I told him I was really excited, and here I am, and I'm having a lot of fun, and just grateful that he picked me up.
We've seen you on all 4 units. We've seen you get assists. We've seen you score goals. You opened the season at the showcase on that top unit. We've seen you block shots. There isn't a lot we haven't seen you done to this point. Where does that will come from?
I think it's just you got to want to win, and you're not going to have an on day every day. You're not going to be at your best every day. And the way I see it is you just always got to be doing something to help the team, whether it's scoring a goal when you're given the opportunity, or blocking a shot when you're given the opportunity, or whatever line you're on, it's whatever line you're on, and you just got to do what you got to do, and that's kind of how I try and go into every game.
I mentioned you're from the East Coast. You're here in Minneapolis, long ways away from home. What's that like? You're just out of high school here, still a young man.
Yeah, it was hard at first. I had gone to boarding school, but I was 30 minutes from my house, so it was barely even like living away from home. And now I'm 20-hour car ride, as I found out on the way out. So it's been hard, and I got to see my parents in November, which was nice, but I think I've adjusted really nicely, and having a family that's so supportive of me. I mean, they're at every game. My Billet family, the Brookses, they're great. So it's been a smooth adjustment, but I'm having a lot of fun. So.
Jimmy Lillidahl alongside rookie forward Jack Christensen. You are a rookie on this club. You're one of the top rookies. What is the type of advice that you would give to a guy like Max McLean, who was just called up from the Hudson Crusaders, and the Grant Ducases of the world that start at the Tier 3 level and make their way up here? What do you say to those guys, the guys that are trying to get where you're at right now?
Well, first things first, take care of your body. That's one thing I found out, especially coming up through the ranks slowly as you move up in levels. It gets a lot more physical, and it's a lot more demanding. And like last week, for example, we had 3 games in a row, and you're pretty beat down, and it's important to get the fluids in you. But also just staying mentally, relaxed and focused. And you can't. The thing that I found also is you can't always think about hockey. You need that time that you can get away, because, like I said, when we were in our little bit of a skid there, I would find myself just thinking about it all the time, even when I didn't have to be, and I think that kind of mentally exhausted me. So that's something I'm trying to work on, is try and just stay clear a lot more. And I think in a way, not focusing almost helps you focus. So really just finding that perfect equilibrium, staying healthy and staying focused, I think is the biggest thing, because they obviously have the skill to compete at this level.
Absolutely. Jack, thanks for taking the time.
Thank you.
Welcome back to In the Spotlight with the Minnesota Magicians. I'm alongside head coach Tom Upton. Tom, a big win over the weekend against first place team in the Midwest Division.
Yeah, played really well. Was really happy with the guys. Basically we just outworked them, I thought, for 2 out of the 3 periods. The first period was a little wishy-washy for both teams, I thought. But we really turned it on in the second and third, and scored some really hard goals. And that's our team, like you saw that our team can play with anybody, and that's a great team in Fairbanks. Obviously, they're first place of our division. I would consider them probably the best team in the league from what I've seen. And we had a really good game against them. So obviously that was really nice to see. Our goaltending was good. A lot of lines had production that night, so that was always good. And again, another really good win against a good team. So.
You had a forward go down over the weekend, Braxton Collins. Obviously, at this level, you got to deal with injuries and that kind of thing. Just talking about that, 3 guys right now that are out of the lineup and can't dress.
Yeah, it's part of junior hockey, right? We've got Brandon Loven, who's on the IR for a concussion. Collins will be out for a couple weeks with the concussion that he got on Saturday night. Hepner was sick on Saturday night. And then Chevy is obviously leaving on Wednesday for the World Juniors. So we're kind of scrounging and clawing to find some bodies, people to come in. Max McLean came in a week and a half ago and has done a great job, so he'll remain here with us for a bit and continue to, make opportunities for himself like he has. Did a great job last weekend, obviously, to earn an opportunity to be back here again this week. We've also brought in a couple other new faces, one familiar face from the beginning of the year, and then another brand new face to bring them in for this week of practice, see how things go, and if things go well, then I'll expect them to play in the game on Friday and Saturday. And like I said, with the injuries and guys leaving and things like that for World Juniors, we need bodies right now. So no excuse at all. We still have our job to do. We still need to find a way to get 4 points this weekend. But yeah, that's part of it. And I always think that the best team and the best organization that can manage that stuff usually wins, because it's not easy to go through injuries and things like that.
Talking a little bit more about Dennis Chevron off to the World Junior Classic. I was watching a replay this past weekend of Lucas. He played on the team last year, playing against Team Canada. Something like 4 or 5 guys on that team last year now in the NHL. I mean, this is, for Dennis Chevron, it's going to be great. And for fans too, I mean, we'll get a chance to see him on NHL Network.
Yeah, no, it's an awesome opportunity for him. I told him, I said, heck, I've only gotten to see 2 World Junior tournaments, and I think this is the 3rd one that he's gotten to play in, or something like that, he said. So phenomenal opportunity for him, great honor for him. Obviously, we're very proud of him and excited that he's a magician and he gets that opportunity. And you know, it just comes from the fact that he's a great person and earns a lot of the things that he gets, and he's also a very good hockey player. So we're proud of him, happy for him.
This Saturday, it's a rematch against the Austin Bruins here at Richfield Ice Arena. We mentioned it. It's the Teddy Toss, and the players will deliver those teddies to the Children's Hospital, and kind of a nice promotion.
Yeah, it is. It's a great cause, obviously. If you can bring joy in anyone's life, especially little kids that are going through some rough times, you know, that's a great thing, and that's why we do this, is so we can gather up the teddy bears after they've been tossed on the ice, and then when we get back from break or over Christmas break, whenever it may be, we'll bring it over to the Children's Hospital and to some various different organizations and spots, and try to bring a little bit of you know, happiness into someone's life that might need that. And that's what we try to do every time we get out in the community and things like that. I know second half of the year, because our schedule's a little calm down, we don't have as many weekday games, and we're not in Alaska for 2 weeks. We're going to get out in the community even more than we already have this first half. But yeah, the Teddy Bear Toss is a great event. It's been going on for years around you know, NHL junior teams. We did it in Stevens Point when I was there. We did it in Cedar Rapids last year. So it's obviously a great cause, and we're very happy to have it here with our team, and we're very excited for it.
Jimmy, a little alongside head coach Tom Upton. I talked to one of your players earlier, Jack Christensen. Unbelievable guy. I mean, you always talk about character and having the right guys on your club, but just a wonderful story. I mean, fans have seen him play in the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th line, seen him block shots. There isn't a lot that Jack Christensen doesn't do. From your perspective, just, you know, you bring up the name Jack Christensen, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
A leader, winner. That kid's a winner. You know, he's played for winning teams pretty much his whole life, and there's a reason why he has, and I think that you could see that in his play. And you know, extremely proud of him, especially that Sunday night when we came back against the Wilderness when we were down 3-0. And obviously there were other guys as well, but he was one of those guys that really led the charge and probably, you know, not out loud, but said, hey, you know, hop on my back, I'm gonna lead us here. And he took charge of that game and really woke us up from his work ethic, and that's it. And he's committed to win. And the kid loves to win, he hates to lose. And every team needs somebody like that. Every team, whether it's here, whether it's the USHL, Division III, Division I, NHL, everyone needs someone like that on their team. Great person, great hockey player. Could not be more proud to call him a magician and know that he's here with us. And we expect a lot out of him every day in practice, every day in games, and we'll continue to expect a lot out of him for the rest of the season. And if he's back here next season being a 95, we'll expect a lot out of him as well. But he's the type of guy that you build a culture around. You know what I mean? When I got hired here, he was one of the first guys I called, and I told that to him. I said, hey, listen, you know, from what I've seen and what I've heard of you, I want to build a culture around people like you. And that's a big reason why he's here and why we drafted him. And you're seeing that. You know, wins and losses aside, we're building a culture here, and we're doing things the right way here. And it's because of people like Jack Christensen. So couldn't speak more about him.
Tommy, thanks for taking the time.
Thank you.
Welcome back to In the Spotlight with the Minnesota Magicians. A big thanks to Jack Christensen and Tommy Upton for joining me. Moving forward, Teddy Toss this Saturday, huge game on the 20th. The Austin Bruins will be here. A lot of youth teams coming out. The entire Eastview Hockey Association will be attending this game on the 20th, and it's the Teddy Toss. So the first goal, the Magicians fans are going to get an opportunity to throw teddy bears onto the ice. We'll collect those. We'll deliver those to Children's Hospital of Minnesota. This is the second annual. Last season we had close to 300 teddies in the first year that we did it. Also, Dennis Chevron will leave Wednesday to go to Montreal, Canada to play in the World Junior Classic. He'll represent Germany, as Dennis Chevron was a part of that 18 and under club a couple of seasons ago. Chevron will represent Germany. They face off against Canada and USA. That game's going to be on NHL Network. I believe their first game is on December 26th, so fans getting an opportunity to see Dennis Chevron play on TV, as well as Mark Mikolas, who was just called up to play in the United States Hockey League with the Green Bay Gamblers. So two players, or one current Magician and another with Magician ties, playing on TV on NHL Network for Team Germany. So some good announcements there, as we had Dennis Chevron here on In the Spotlight just a couple of weeks ago. Just 3 games coming up in January. On the 31st of January, it's Pucks for Paws, put on by the local Secondhand Hounds. Fans will get an opportunity to adopt pets and take a look at that organization, as we will be having a promotion with them on the 31st. And there's only 3 home games in January, so make sure you come out and check us out during January. The game on the 20th again is the Teddy Toss. You can bring your ticket stubs after the game to Champs Sports Bar and Grill for a free flatbread as well. That's going to do it for another edition of In the Spotlight with the Magic. So long, everybody.